Welcome to the Nameless Voices podcast. This is episode number 35. Insert funny here. I am too drained from work to be funny today.
XW.
Thank you.
35?
This is 35.
Huh.
30? Oh man, I wish it was 25. I can say 25. But
You're a year late on that one, buddy. My name's Nanashi. I'll be your host for the evening, and I apologize in advance for whatever this show's going to be. Joining us tonight, we have a menagerie of personalities. We have the Yugi memer himself, Connor Lockhart.
Stop trying to make Saw Patrol happen. It's not going to happen.
He brings the Unga Bunga to gaming. It's Kenny the Caveman.
I think about eating chicken every day, and I realize I like fish more. Or hot dogs. Whatever comes first.
He's been gone for a while, but now we get to welcome back Lacunga.
I'm waiting for a Mega Man X9 trailer again.
We have our fellow furry Yugi tuber, Mr. Orichalcos.
What am I gonna do with all this trash?
Eat it.
No.
I tried. We have our token salad player, Reborn.
Now with 20% more dragons.
He is the thing that goes bumping tonight. It's Raven.
Ooga booga. Anyway, continue.
He's every Yu-Gi-Oh player's worst nightmare by name, Tim Brick.
I'm hoping to kill Castor in the next ban list. Pray for me.
We'll pray. And he's here in all his protogenic glory. It's Zivuth. He's joining us by text right now. Okay, Zivuth, I do have to ask. You are a protogen, so when you took that slice of cheesecake, did it take all of your will not to stick your face inside that cheese wedge hole?
I think it's discipline, like Magma Dragon.
I'm a, boy. You just made me go into my inner Kratos and bust out the boy.
Okay, good to know. Good to know you're not that far off the beaten path.
Just hit him with that good old boy.
Alright, so first things first. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good.
The weather is acting like a psychopath by me. It just does not know if it wants to be windy, clear, raining. Like it don't know what it want to be today.
That sounds about right over here.
Yeah.
It's like Forrest Gump. The rain scene in Forrest Gump. That's Reborn's living situation right now.
Like
The rain's gonna come up eventually, and it's not. That's when it gets scary when the rain comes up.
if I start seeing black rings take people, I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
No, in that case,
We can extend weather if you want.
that's it. I'm bringing out the squad. We're playing Pokemon Unite, Tinkaton Tower Defense again.
Now I'm gonna be like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm out. Peace.
We can exchange. Look, Reborn, you can exchange weather. Over here, it's just heat all day, every day.
It's been going back and forth between rain and sun almost every single day this week.
How do you people have rain? I haven't seen rain since October.
That's because
Just
we didn't
be
have a
lucky
very
you're
rainy
not in
spring.
Arizona.
We didn't have a very rainy spring is what it is. So I guess all the rain we were supposed to get then is hitting us now, which is making it
Which is the
impossible to
worst
breathe
time.
with the humidity.
That's
Makes
fine
sense.
for you.
No. Speaking of this, Nanashi, we need to make a major movement to rename the seasons because I think they are going out of order.
I said the same thing to my wife not even 3 days ago, and it's
Yeah.
just nice to know that somebody else agrees with me.
Like,
Yeah, no, I have this opinion because I am not going to go through another fall with no rain and extreme heat.
We should just rename summer to
No, we just extend. No, we started all this idea with a wrong opinion. Not all seasons have an equal time. Some seasons just have way too many months.
Yeah,
I'm
I can't argue that.
I'm like the weather just probably evolved into I do what the fuck I want.
Pretty much.
It's literally just Chrono Jet Dragon now. Because it just shows you the I do what I want card.
Screw you, I do what I want.
That is basically what's going on, especially just with, freaking climate change and all that. It's wreaking havoc all over the place.
Facts.
Yeah,
Mother Nature,
let's
when asked to be
Oh.
reasonable about the seasons.
Oh God, Connor, what did
Screw
you
you
just
guys,
drop?
I'm
That is
going home.
just...
Yeah. God damn it, Connor, what did you just drop?
What do you do? Oh no.
Oh no.
Actually,
What is this?
My
What
brother
is this?
Ra,
Makes
what is
sense.
wrong with you?
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay.
You know, you should have put Zaborg there, but I don't think there's a Zaborg mansplaining arts.
No, I don't think there is. Monarch
Well,
spreading.
on the plus
Oh
side, it's
God,
actually going
that's
to
a
be
show title.
My
That's the title, whatever.
Judges Judgely, that makes sense.
Judges
I would do the
Judely.
same.
Actually, it's Jubilee after
This
Jubilee.
is the weather.
Judging
Right?
Jubilee.
Flowers, Yugi.
Judges Judely. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a show title too. I'm putting it in the list.
That's something I should
We
put
get-
on my list
wait
in
until-
my server to watch.
This is the weather right now. Just
Yeah.
The weather's perfect.
like
Yeah.
I do what I want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is this Optimus
So-
Prime? Is
Nice
that
boop
supposed to be Optimus Prime?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that supposed to be Optimus Prime in Reborn's art?
No,
No, that's a
Chrono
card
Jet
in-
Dragon.
It's a card in Card Fight Vanguard.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And like literally in D series, it's just Chrono Jet shows a crest. I do whatever the hell I want.
I'm back. Discord shat itself.
When is it
Damn.
not?
Yeah, as it usually does.
When hasn't it?
Which
Mhm.
reminds me, routine opportunity to drop that if Discord ever becomes too much of a pain in the ass, I've got a Gilded server with its own backup system and everything, and a bunch of stuff that might make it worth sticking around for.
Bro,
Now I
who
got-
uses
Tried
Gilded?
it yet?
Hmm?
Have you tried it yet?
I have Gilded.
No, I meant have you tried doing a full-on voice chat in there?
Not yet, but
We should try one day.
Yeah, we should try and record it and see if it's any better over there than it is here.
Let's do it on a Tuesday.
If I have
I don't
Tuesdays
have a
free.
Gilded, so
It's worth considering, especially since I've got a bunch of TV series and whatnot uploaded over there, thanks to their 500 megabyte upload limit. What the fuck?
wow.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that, and I'm just like, well shit, that's much more than Discord.
To be fair,
Oh my
Discord used to
God.
only have an 8 megabyte video limit, so they only recently went up to 25, and that just makes it marginally better for ship posting with memes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Of course-
I can
Of course,
upload the
people are doing it for
entirety
memes.
of the cult Romanian film Italian Shelley on Gilded.
Yep.
If you get Discord Nitro, you can upload the entirety of the Joker 2019 movie, like a friend of mine did.
Yeah, but the problem
what you
is that
do.
means you gotta
And
pay
also,
for
like
it.
how
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
also, like, how a friend of mine in another server dropped the entire Super Mario Brothers movie.
I think someone in this
I ended up
server
seeing that
dropped.
movie. It's not bad.
I think someone here in this server also dropped a thing where it was just the entire Spider-Verse movie across the Spider-Verse.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I dropped the entirety of the Puss in Boots the new Puss in Boots movie.
Yes, I saw that.
That was a great movie.
I just dropped the entirety of that movie.
Okay, well, let's start talking about some of this random stuff I've been picking up on. So, first things first, let's get something from me out of the way. I've made it no secret that I'm a huge fan of Red vs. Blue, but they recently announced their final season is coming soon.
I need to
Yeah.
see Red versus Blue now.
Yeah, well, all sad. It's better to end
They
it
have
off.
to.
As
Yeah,
in-
it's better
as
to
in-
end than to never
Exist in the first place?
never exist
Continue.
or become the Simpsons.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
you took the word right out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's basically
People
what
don't
happened with the
know.
last few
These,
seasons.
You either die in Adventure Time or live long enough to see yourself become a Simpsons.
Or
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
Oh God. Young Sheldon.
Gosh.
Bazinga.
It's kind of different though.
Shot in the head.
Similar spin-off.
Okay, so, but here's the deal. They've revealed an early trailer, and they revealed one of the most important plot points they could have ever revealed. Apparently, everything from seasons 14 on, including Zero, have all been retconned. They did not happen. They did not exist. They are all just simulations.
Dude,
Motherfucker
thank God
doused
Zero's
us
not.
again.
Thank God Zero's not
No.
canon now.
Now,
Of
here's the
course.
thing. Here's the thing. Ordinarily, I would be upset at such a huge level of retcon, but I am ecstatic to hear that because Season 14 was an anthology series with a bunch of mini-stories that had nothing to do with the main. Seasons 15 and 16 were pure trash, 17 was decent, and 0, I wish, never existed. So as far as the outcome, this is the best one we could have asked for.
I'm sorry, Nahashi. I love you and I respect you. The
No
fact
homo.
that you just said retcon Tucker's adventure with Kakaina has now disrespected me and my homie Ladarius Tucker.
I'm not saying there weren't good
You see how
elements
he-
in those parts. That's one of the
Okay.
reasons Season
But that
17
means
is
he
good.
didn't grow from it. He did grow because of early on in the series, thanks to Washington. But you could say that was some good moments between those two.
Fine, I'm
What
willing
was
to
he
acknowledge
making
that there.
about again?
Fine.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah,
willing,
Red Further Blue.
I'm willing to acknowledge that there are some good parts in the seasons. They gave good character development where they could.
Oh.
But the overarching of those seasons, you cannot argue, ruined a lot of what that show had built up.
Wait, question,
Yeah,
question,
but
question.
it was funny.
I won't argue.
Question,
My
did they
counteracted.
Question, did they retcon Washington's injury or no?
That means
Washington's injury took part in season 16 or 16. So yes, that would have been
So they-
retconned as well. It would have been a
Oh,
simulation.
but that was a good story too.
But here's the
Like,
thing. Here's the thing. It was still experienced because it was a simulation theoretically. We don't know yet. We don't know exactly how far they're taking away. We don't know exactly what they're taking away yet. So it's something that I'm very curious about.
By the
I'm
sound
Yeah,
of it,
I-
they're looking at the worst parts.
I mean, if they get rid of the worst parts and pass it off as an experimental simulation, I'm cool with that.
Is
but
it
if-
bad that I'm still mad they haven't greenlit Volume 10 for Ruby? But other than that, yes.
Yeah, I
Eh.
prefer they don't. 'Cause, like, Ruby's not like I don't get the story at this point because
Like,
what is the story of
Ruby has basically forgotten what it was supposed to be.
It's like the
Yeah.
first three It's like the first three volumes of Rubies. Those slapped hard.
That's
Four.
golden mirror now. That's a golden mirror.
I watched the fourth volume when that came out, and I'm just like, I have mixed feelings about it because it was the beginning.
always
of
say
when
it's
they would
like
change
this.
a lot of stuff.
There was good things.
So
there was-
basically, our Ruby makes some sense of this. 4 and 5 were kind of like, hey, we kind of had a direction, but we didn't know where we're going. 6 brings it back. 7 brings it to the highest point. 8 is depending on how you feel, because a lot of people think 8 is just a rehash of 5. Other people
Realistically,
say,
yeah.
it is, and other people are like, hey, it did its own thing here. And 9 is just because it's in between of what's gonna happen from like 10, because
Eh.
Yeah,
we find
Yeah,
out that we
it's-
find a lot of the
Nine
things
was
that actually
so much
make you
filler. 9 was a filler. So much filler.
9 is a
Yeah.
filler, but it also helps make you understand what's gonna happen in the future when you find out what happens. If you watch
Also,
9.
I
I don't
guess.
know because
I
they
guess.
put too much at the end. They put too much
Yeah.
at the end.
No, but seriously,
really
Ruby died
I
when
mean-
Monchico died.
It could have
It
been
starts to
enough.
become flowing.
Well, we have to
Also,
have
I
an
don't-
AI voice for Caboose, or we have his voice lines already. Because of reasons for the voice actor.
Yeah.
Also, I
Well, they
don't
found a
really
new one.
care that Salem is voiced by Princess Peach. She
Oh,
will
yeah.
never be
Salem
my
Jennifer
Wicked
Taylor
Witch
or
of the
Jen
West.
Taylor.
Yes.
One of my favorite voice actors. She's Cortana, Princess Peach, and Salem. All my childhood.
Damn.
That's why I said I love Ruby, because she's there.
Fair
And
enough.
also
I will not
'cause
discount
fe-
that.
I
It's one of the
I
reasons I
fear
still
Salem's
watched
respect.
Ruby is because Vic Mignogna was in it.
and then they're like, we won't bring him back. And then that's why you go to Ironwood's voice actor, because he's great.
Yeah.
You see him, he's a baby face. You're like, how does he have deep voice?
Some people are fortunate or unfortunate when it comes to the way they're designed.
Fact.
Okay, so
Um,
let's move on to the next topic, shall we?
Yeah, I was about to say,
What you got?
no. I thought one topic would be the next one, but
No, go ahead. What do you got?
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The 24th letter of the alphabet.
Oh.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Twitter turning to X.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
baby. X baby. Let's go. I'm for
frick
it.
Elon Musk. All my homies hate Elon Musk.
It's like for
I'm
someone
okay
who
with him. I just want Zuckerberg and him to fight. That's it.
it's like
Yeah,
for
well,
someone
where's that fight happening?
It's not. Elon's mom called it off.
Damn.
No, I think Zuckerberg.
Screw-
No,
screw-
because if Zuckerberg fights, we'll find out he's a lizard man.
like,
That's what's gonna ruin everything.
No, he can't be a lizard man.
The biggest middle finger of all time.
plot twist,
he has
plot
to.
twist, plot
He has
twist.
to
They haven't.
make all his.
Fair.
Like, he
Elon
has
Musk
to
was
make
always
all
that
his
guy.
homies. He has to make all his homies think he's cool with the flamethrower that he made in the back of the R&D department.
I forgot about the
Have you not
flamethrower.
heard the story? Have you not
Did
heard
Elon
the
do
story?
that?
about
Did Elon
why
do
not
that? Really?
There were two things I wanted to add to this. One, when you all said that Zuckerberg and Elon Musk should fight already, I'm just in here like, they can't fight. They're both lizard men. They'll just give away each other's identity at that point.
Now,
It's not exactly much
Elon
of a
is
secret
not a-
identity if we already know, Clark.
Yeah,
Elon-
but you see, that's what they think. They think we don't
Elon
know,
is not
but it's
a
so
lizard man.
obvious.
Elon is not a lizard man, he is a Decepticon. It's worse.
Ugh.
Man,
No.
he's an android
No, no,
or
no,
something. Some shit like that.
He's not a Decepticon. He's a thing. Like the.
He's an
thing.
android.
And the second thing I wanted to point out too, Elon Musk, he takes a car to fucking space, and after that he just has the biggest ego ever afterwards, and he's
I mean, I would
constantly.
too.
I mean, I don't blame him. That's quite the achievement, but it just went overboard over time. And then he's constantly bragging about his superior intelligence, and out of all the names he could have picked with this superior intelligence, he chooses
No,
fucking
don't do
X.
it. Don't. No.
He
no,
chooses
hold on.
X.
But you always
Hold
like
on.
that. Have
Everybody-
you heard the origin story of Elon?
Everybody, a caveman's gonna simplify this for you. Simplicity is always key. Over saturating things makes things sometimes bad, but,
Yeah, but
keeping it simple keeps everyone to understand on the same page.
Yeah, but you see,
AKA, X is simple. I know X.
It-
Like
it's
Exhibit's my
simple.
hero
It's
because of Pimp My
simple, but-
Ride,
It's simple,
but he's
but
Exhibit.
it's X is simple, but so was Twitter.
Yes, but remember,
So
we're
was-
trying to
And
And
Twitter.
also
is-
X just makes him seem, with the way he's just put in X and everything, it makes him seem like an edgy 12-year-old on World of Warcraft.
No, better yet. It makes it sound like it's like a R34 site.
Oh,
True.
that
Also,
too.
I love
mean,
I thought
that.
Elon
I love that.
was one of these edgy Luard players. Speaking of Luard, guess what's coming out on my birthday?
What?
I don't want to
LA
know.
Noir remake?
They remade Luard for standard, and I'm like, fuck planet Earth. I do not need to go through the trauma of God of bullshit.
Okay, well, we'll cover that when it comes time to talk about Vanguard a little bit more, but thank you for the prelude.
Yeah,
Well, let's get back
so,
on topic.
I was about to say, if you just put X right next to Orange YouTube, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't tell the difference.
They told him the same thing when you were CEO of PayPal. He had some weird off-brand name, like X something, when he was a CEO, and they bullied him into changing the name into PayPal.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I do not hate the new logo because I am a sucker for Art Deco. But on the other hand, as I said in the chat, if Elon is still going to dead name his daughter, I'll still dead name the website.
Yeah, what did
Everyone
he
just
name
call-
one? What did he name one of his children again? It was like some weird
Some
alien.
serial, some like things with letters and numbers. I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
I
It was a
remember it
randomly.
being
It was a
X.
randomly.
Archangel 12.
It was
That's
What?
how it's pronounced.
It was
Yeah.
some. He just mashed. He just had a random password generator at the day of his
Hey,
child's
man.
birth. It
If
was
you
like,
make
yes,
billions
yeah.
of dollars,
You
named your child-
Yeah, but I feel bad for the child's gonna get fucking bullied for such a
No.
dumb name. It's like,
Exactly.
how-
they're gonna be homeschooled.
It's like,
They're gonna be homeschooled. I'm the smartest dad in the world.
I mean, it's like when David Beckham named his child Harper 7.
Oh Christ!
I kid you not.
Oh yeah, I'm just
And
looking
it's
at
still
don't
the
forget-
cringeworthy
reasonable to
Beckham's
extent.
son.
That sounds
And
reasonable.
don't forget Northwest.
Oh
That sounds
God,
normal.
yeah.
That sounds normal.
So terrible.
K-
Sounds
Again,
normal,
they
though.
make millions. Do you think their education's smart? No.
Kanye deadass just named his daughter after a fucking
No,
direction.
Kim did it. It had to be
Well,
Kim.
Well,
It
they,
had-
they
'cause
both
I
had to
believe
have
Kanye-
collaborated.
They had to collaborate together, but it had to be Kim's say because the rule is whoever gave birth gets the name. So if Kanye was pregnant,
Since
it
when?
would have been East West, just to
Yeah.
fuck with us.
East
East
West?
Sounds
It's
stupid.
Kanye.
Okay.
I mean, that's like Isaac Newton naming his son Fig.
Fig.
What?
No, dude, no. He would
Fig
name him
Newton.
Gravity Newton. They would know. He's
No.
named after what I discovered. Gravity Newton.
Kenny, it's Fig Newton after the fucking. after
That's the joke,
fucking
yeah.
Yes,
snack.
but
Thomas
yes, I
Edison-
get the joke. But
Thomas-
what happens if he named his child Gravity Newton? Because now
Thomas
it's like,
Edison
yo,
naming his Thomas Edison naming his child stolen lamp.
Stolen lamb.
Fallen Apple Newton.
Oh,
It's like
But we
naming.
are
It's
talking about the guy who stopped being anti-Semitic after watching a Jonah Hill movie, so...
let's not go there.
Look,
Yeah.
Let's go back and let's uplift the topics. Talking about Twitter X is really annoying.
Yeah.
it's
Now going back to
Yeah,
YouTube related
Frick
material.
it. Yeah, just saying frick the change.
Yeah, screw Twitter X. So the next thing on my list is just kind of random. You guys have heard about the new online series Skibbity Toilet, right?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
the whole
somewhat,
series.
somewhat, yes.
I heard
Why?
They have officially
I-
gone beyond 50 episodes. In
Dude,
as
didn't
little
they
as a
beat us
couple of
up, like,
months.
20 million subscribers?
Yeah,
It's like it's like I've seen the memes and I know bits and pieces of this supposed lore.
yeah.
Just
But
lore?
it's more so surprising that a guy got all of these subscribers and fans because of a fucking toilet.
Trust
Yeah,
me,
not
people
too
have
bad.
gotten more famous over less.
That's
Yeah.
what I said about like I've told people
I
this
mean,
all the
look at
time.
the
How do you
famous
get
of the
big in
Final
this world?
Fantasy trilogies.
It's a toilet with a man's head up against some fucking camera people, and
My gosh.
It gets
And now
gets
it's
more
basically
interesting.
become...
And
It's
if I see
basically
this
become
now,
World War Z with toilets.
More or less.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Just
I just say
thank
this
you,
now.
Rom. Appreciate it.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It gets entertaining. The world building
probably
is
never watch it.
gradual but amazing. It explodes as much as a toilet.
I
Okay.
get it. In
Got
this
'em.
world we make of content, either you make something that's very simple and easy for people to get distracted by because we all have ADHD, or you're the best at something that no one else can do. Those are your two options, kids. Choose wisely. Everyone's gonna choose the first option.
Something
nine out of 10
original.
times.
It's basically basic 3D modeling.
It is, but they found a way to make it entertaining. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's simple. Simplicity is key.
Indeed.
I mean, only in this series could you say a horde of toilets is being fought up by a massive Titan cameraman with a rocket hammer.
You
Mm.
couldn't even find that. No, I'd never mind.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the animation and texturing and all that actually improved massively over time.
Yeah,
I mean, it
The
wasn't
little amount of
bad.
time that it took him to get this far, he's only been making these videos for like what, 3 months?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
By new models.
He uploads a new
Really
episode
good
like
to
2 or
bring
3
them
times a
up.
week.
I mean,
Nice.
Matter of
I
fact,
think for most of the episodes,
Wait. How long are these episodes?
like a minute.
Yeah,
minute long.
generally
Not
a
that long.
minute or
That
so.
keeps
Wow.
everyone's attention.
You just
Double Artemis
Like, I'll
is
use an
uploading,
example like
one
right
a
now.
day.
It's basically what Quibi tried to be, but succeeded.
oh yeah, that's super
Like,
correct.
I
in a way.
wish-
Yeah.
Can say the same thing for another series I watch called The Steroid Daddy Hack the Fourth.
Oh
Because I'm a
boy.
sports guy. I play He literally is a 12-year-old that only was signed by the Oakland A's, who likes to hit home runs. These piss missiles, these swamp donkeys, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you might not have watched that now. Well, you guys don't even do sports. You'll watch
Yeah,
that, and
you
then
got
he
me
has a
a
cousin
piss
called.
missile.
And
Might
then
be
he has a
worth
cousin
watching.
named
Secret
the Nutmeg Phil Ferry the Fourth, who likes taking out the knees of Messi and Ronaldo. He has 69 goals in a season. He is a god.
Nice.
Then he has a girlfriend named Sandwich Maker the Second.
Aww.
You see where I'm going with it? It's so simple. Yeah, I watch it all the time. I'm like, yo, I'm watching this guy. I want to see the Sandwich Maker who's 7'1", 280 dunk on all the girls in the WNBA. I love watching that. And then there's this. Then his cousin, who's a 96-year-old cousin, Lay Haymaker, knock out the 6, who was taking up in UFC, knocking out people. Dude, simplicity is key. Just keep it simple, and people will watch you. Or you could be the really best at it, being the best speedrunner in the world. I can't do that though, but I can be stupid for about 45 minutes because I'm good at that.
You know, TikTok proves
Yeah,
that
well,
being
I can
stupid
be
is
stupid
very
for,
easy to
like-
use.
24 hours.
All right, so next on my list, they've been doing a lot of potential movies and reboots and whatnot, and special series and sequels, but I found a couple that look kind of interesting. First off, Gargoyles, if you've ever seen the cartoon show, appears to be getting a movie.
Oh yeah, so I've heard.
Is it a live-action movie or an animated movie?
As far as I can tell, it looks like it's animated, which means there's a chance it could be good.
Now, question
Imagine
is,
it being animated and bad.
Oh boy. You were saying, Raven?
are they going to get are they going to be able to get, if it's animated, are they going to be able to get the OG voice actor of Goliath to
That is-
reprise his role?
They have to, otherwise no one's gonna see it.
And more importantly, are they going to be able to make the gargoyles not boring? Because that's going to be a more difficult task.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Although, now that I think about it, if they did a thing where the gargoyles slept for a long time and then woke up in the modern day, they could have a field day with that kind of thing.
That is true.
I mean,
Almost
are
crazy.
today's modern day or like?
Yeah, like, imagine if the gargoyles, for
No,
whatever
not-
reason, got recursed at the end of their series and then they just woke up today.
Oh, dude, that'd be terrible.
Exactly,
Oh.
which is why it'd be funny.
They'll be,
No,
they'll be
no,
like
no! Please don't ruin my childhood.
Listen,
Has anyone watched Demolition Man? Yeah, that's what's going
Yes.
to happen.
Yes, Demolition Man is
Oh,
probably the
it's good.
most accurate future-telling movie that we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. It's
Soon
predicted
we will
and
be-
I've never seen Demolition
But-
Man.
but
You
it's
need
like
to see it.
it's a super great move. Super great move.
You gotta sit me down and make me watch it. I'm very elusive.
I don't need to make you do anything. The main character is fucking Rocky.
And the villain is Blade.
I don't know.
And I'm
As
trying to
in the
remember,
future.
who was the villain played by again?
Wesley
Wesley
Snipes.
Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Just
So
imagine
it's
it.
Rocky versus
Maybe
Blade.
consider watching.
Basically,
Yeah.
except it's an energetic Blade with blonde hair.
Also, it has ridiculous amount of cancel culture live in the police force. It's hilarious.
It predicted the
Uh.
future about as accurately as any movie could have that long ago.
Also,
Except
in
Even
the
the better than
future,
the Simpsons?
we
Yes.
will all eat Taco Bell, and we'll have to wipe our asses with 3 shells.
God, don't say anything more about the movie. Kenny, you need
I
to
won't.
see this. You need to see
You
this
have to
movie.
get me to sit me down.
It's
I'm a
super
very elusive caveman. That's why I said, you sure you really want to
But-
watch me? You'll catch me. Like, I caught you, Ken. I'm like, damn.
Fine,
Back-
I'll find
back-
a way.
days,
I'll
man.
find a way
Back-
for you to see it.
Back onto this
There
gargoyle.
you go.
Back onto this gargoyle.
Just tell one of my. Don't tell my friend Spoon. She'll find me and make me watch it. And knowing her, she probably seen it.
Got
Don't
it.
tell her anything.
Okay, so you were saying, Raven?
Anyway, back onto this gargoyles animated movie that they're apparently making. They can't get anyone else for Goliath aside from Keith David. I'm pretty sure that's just a given fact. Also, Keith David was also the voice of Spawn, which was
Yeah.
my
Very nice.
I remember watching the HBO animated Spawn series like a few years back, and oh my god, that was just. Listen, I'm hyped for a Gargoyles movie with Keith David reprising his role, but I need a fucking revival of the HBO animated Spawn series that they had in like the 90s.
Yeah, I don't think
I
that's going to
remember that
happen.
series. My god, that was a good one.
Things
Wait,
were
did you
getting
mean
good.
the 40th season of Velma?
No.
Oh, no.
No, we don't talk
no,
about
no,
Velma.
no,
Velma.
We don't talk
Look,
about
look,
Velma.
honestly, Spawn was not that good back then, but right now it might as well be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I'll watch Velma. I'll do it.
Oh boy. Prepare to have your eyeballs clawed out.
It's like, here's
Yeah,
the
it
Honestly,
won't be
have
that
you
bad.
seen-
Luck in that case.
has any- Side note, has any one of you seen the animation of horror Scooby-Doo?
No.
Which Scooby Doo?
Okay, continue talking. I'll fetch it quick then with the price.
You know what? As it happens, Rom just dropped the link to the next thing I was going to talk about. Avatar: The Last Airbender has announced a one-shot starring Iroh.
Without Mako.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing that's been happening. Avatar's been getting a lot of love lately. They're making a third series with the Earth Avatar, apparently.
Yeah, I heard
Then
about
they
that, but I
announced-
didn't get any. I didn't get any
I think
notification.
that's a fan project. I think that's a fan project.
And I,
Well,
and
regard-
I think there was also that new live action series. That...
Yes, I was about to bring that up. So they announced this, the spin-off with Iroh. They announced the Earth Avatar bit, but they recently announced a live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender for Netflix. But you see, I was hyped about this one as opposed to all the other adaptations because they got the original directors and writers from the original animated show to work on this, to oversee this project, and from like the images I've seen, like the overall casting looks fairly good.
So there's a chance it might be good this time.
I mean,
Yeah,
M.
take
Night
notes,
Shyamalan fucked up adapting the first book Water into a whole ass movie, but
Yeah.
Netflix
That
with
was
the original
so great.
so great they whitewashed the entire character cast.
Well,
Guys, remember when
His name was
Aang was a
Aang.
little
It's not Aang. It's on, guys. It's on.
remember when Aang was a little white boy?
My brother
that
was
Yes, he
explains.
was.
That
He had the-
explains how Weiss Schwartz was able to get Avatar: The Last Airbender its own card set. They have all these special projects they're spending money on. Alright, well, the last thing I have on my list to talk about as far as upcoming entertainment, we all remember Adventure Time, Finn and Jake. Apparently they're
Yeah.
giving a series to Fiona and Cake.
Yes, I saw the trailer for that.
Then
I don't like that, honestly.
But
I don't know. It's like, alright.
I saw the trailer for that. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to be able to. From what I've seen, well, we all know the first two Fiona and Cake episodes in the main series. They were just weird fan fictions.
Oh, Lord.
But after
Yeah.
watching,
Essentially, of Ice
Might
King.
as well,
but
might as well.
Ice King just wrote fan fiction and that was it. But the trailer, I think what they're trying to do is make it so that these events sort of take place. Because they showed young Marceline and younger Simon before he went insane, meeting up with Fiona and Cake. So you're sitting here wondering, maybe these fan fictions are actually memories or loose memories that Simon is remembering through his insanity, but it's just over exaggerated.
There's a
And-
distinct possibility of that. It could also just be a parallel world system. If you've seen the series, you know.
Yeah, that was another thing. It could either be a whole alternate universe that somehow still has Simon and Marceline and the events that happened then, or it could just be the fan fictions were actually, well, not fiction.
Well, what I was going to say
Yeah, definitely
was.
do that.
What I was going to say was, if you remember, there's an episode of Adventure Time where the Lich possessing Billy ends up in the room of the guy who can grant wishes, and we find out that
Yes.
everybody still exists, just in a different iteration.
Yes.
I'm
The
back
original
again.
never was there.
This time Discord just froze on me.
Oh, jeez.
It happens a lot. It's
Discord
close
does
to
not
5
like you.
times by
Why
now.
did you do that?
Honestly, with a
So-
premise like this, even if it's been mixed in terms of long awaited or wanted to see more of, I am curious how they're going to execute all of this. Even like it could be the worst thing imaginable, like a certain V-letter
No,
character, or
No,
it
it won't
could,
be that
or
bad.
or it could be genuinely good. It could be a nice
I-
little twist on the formula we all know and grew up with.
Yeah, because Adventure Time has moments where it was like, hey, we're having a good time, and then there's like, we got to get serious and take care of some business, you know? As I say,
And then
like
the
a Dusty
next,
Rhodes.
But
it's
it never
Nightmare
got
Fuel.
serious. But it never got serious. It was a really, really, really shallow show, story-wise, until the last episode.
I don't know, because I heard weird things when it came to the creation of Adventure Time in the later half of the series. Because like
Yeah, the later-
I don't know, because the thing I heard was like in the later half of the series, the writers they got new writers in, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
so they hated Finn for some reason, which is why why Finn always suffered. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's correct, Matt.
I don't know if
It's
that's
very-
true, but it
Yeah.
makes sense if you know everything that happened in the series. Ugh.
That's what I
But
heard.
the
So like I
issue
think it's very
is-
wrong.
As a story, if you watch it for fun, it's fun. But if you think it has an overarching story, it doesn't. Until the last episodes, which try to tie everything in magically.
Which is the ultimate solution to any plot point, magic.
Yeah. Magic.
No,
But
I don't
magic-
mean literally magically. I mean that the show for the whole time was a monster of the week type of show. And then in the last, a couple of dozen episodes, they try to make it like as if everything was going through a narrative direction. When in reality, it was just random every episode. You get what I mean?
I understand what you're getting at. Well, that's the last thing that I have to talk about. If I recall correctly, Zivith had something he might be interested in talking about that might be wrestling related. I think it was. If he's
here we
free to
go.
talk, that is.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, no.
Let's see if he's free to talk.
Of course.
Okay, so he's not available to join into voice just yet, though.
Yeah, until then, so I shared the horror Scooby-Doo thing. It's by Avocado Animations. You can scroll up if you don't see it. Anyone see
I've
it?
seen that.
And this would have been a great concept for them.
Maybe. Would have been more
Yeah,
entertaining
so
than some of the
if,
stuff we've been getting
Would you
lately.
mind? Would you mind if I just quickly recap?
Uh-oh.
Uh,
We lost Connor.
Yeah, I think Connor
Oh,
crashed.
there he is.
There he is. So as I said, Narashi, would you mind if I quickly recap it?
Do I mind if you what now?
Do you mind if I quickly recap the Avocado Animations video, the horror Scooby-Doo thing?
If you want to do it real quick, sure, go right ahead.
Yeah, so basically it just makes the fact it capitalizes on the fact that every Scooby-Doo show has a different art style. And so it made like Scooby an evil god every time he restarts the timeline. The new concerts of Velma does not forget him. And every time she remembers how he murdered the rest ones, he kills them again and starts over. It's a great concept for a new Scooby-Doo story.
Huh.
I
Okay.
encourage you to watch it if you have time. It's I think it's only 4 minutes long.
That actually
I've
sounds
wa-
fascinating.
I watched it
Yeah,
and it radiates Lovecraftian horror vibes, but with a
They
cartoon
basically
dog.
turned Scooby into Cthulhu.
Yes,
Okay, you know what? I might give that a chance if I ever get the time.
like this whole premise and animation would be something that would make HP love racist cream his pants.
Yeah, it's a great premise. You know, I'm actually kind of surprised we don't have a lot of live action video games, like live action Metal Gear Solid, live action Devil May Cry.
Well,
I
there's
feel
always-
I feel like those properties would be
I
if
think
they
we kind
if they,
of made a bit of.
you would
We
need
kind
a
of made a phobia of that.
you would need a competent cast as well as like a competent director who's faithful to the overall source material. I know we got a Devil May Cry anime that was taking place
It
after
was
the
bad.
events of.
I watched it. It was not good.
Yeah,
Also,
I watched it. I watched it too.
think
I honestly didn't really have an issue with it.
No, it's
For me,
on
it
its
was
own,
okay.
It's good. On its own, it's good, but as a Devil May Cry thing, it's not that good.
It's
May
like,
I-
you know, like the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah,
In a
exactly.
sense.
The CGI animated Resident Evil movies, they've all really dip in quality. There are some that are good, there are some that are bad, and then you look at the live action ones, and it's just like, well, the first one was pretty decent, but the rest are just, oh, what the fuck is this?
Oh, may I say something?
Sure.
Yes.
Uh, a quick Doctor Who update.
Cool.
The new sonic screwdriver starring for the 14th Doctor has been revealed, and it's an amalgam of the 10th Doctor's handle, the Master's pommel for the laser screwdriver, the 12th Doctor's similar shape to the 12th Doctor's screwdriver at the end, and it even has a little claw thing similar to the 11th Doctor's screwdriver. Nothing
I like
from the
that.
13th. Nothing from the 13th Doctor, though, because we do not talk about the Chibnall era.
Yeah, let's not.
No. Yeah.
I will admit, I
Agreed.
like
I've never
that
seen Doctor Who.
design. It's fascinating that it's an amalgamation.
Yeah, it is pretty nice looking.
Yeah, it's surprisingly nice.
It feels like something the Doctor would have. Just a bunch of stuff he found in the TARDIS, slapped together, and called it a day.
To be fair, that TARDIS has broken down and rebuilt itself so many times, it wouldn't surprise me if that thing was made of multiple TARDISes.
No.
Says.
You know,
Makes sense.
this looks like a weapon that could turn into a dual disc in Yu-Gi-Oh! Raids.
To be fair, they turned pistols into dual discs at one point. That
Yeah, I
shouldn't
know.
surprise me.
This
Like,
looks
if
like
you were to
something that
have
can
your
turn
own
into a dual
custom
disc.
dual disc, what would it look like?
I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. But anyway, what were you
Yes.
going to say, Lakunga?
Yeah, I told you this looks like something that could turn into a dual disc.
You remember, I also Nanashi brought up the gun, the literal pistol dual disc from 5Ds. Anyone remember early on in 5Ds that one night dude who turned a freaking shield into a dual disc and even had like the little sword as like a little accessory?
Yeah.
Okay, since you brought up 5Ds, I'm going to start a wedge here and ask a question.
Sure.
Which is the peak of Yu-Gi-Oh? GX or 5Ds?
GX.
We can't.
GX.
I don't know.
GX would
I-
be-
Yes.
I
Can
feel like-
say yes?
It's like, yeah, 5Ds had a lot of high points, but GX was just, it hit different.
I think it's because GX got good in the end and 5Ds was good in the beginning.
I think
like
GX.
5Ds past the Dark Signers is just black.
I think GX is the peak of Yu-Gi-Oh! Purely because the main character, no matter what happened, was trying to enjoy the game, and that's something that I have always taken inspiration from.
It wasn't even
True.
just,
And
it wasn't
everything
even just,
changed when Yubel attacked.
Yeah, it was not
Yubel
until the
was-
Fire Nation attacked and destroyed his everything.
I still
Yeah.
have the headcanon.
At least because he embodied the new player who tried to learn and
Yeah.
failed for a lot of tournaments.
Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say, Raven?
I was gonna say two things. One thing GX had, aside from the main character being relatable to newcomers learning the game and getting better at it, the rest of the cast was pretty memorable. Even the villain of the week characters that they had were pretty memorable and made reoccurrences in later episodes, which I
Tanya.
enjoyed.
Yeah, can't argue that one. I mean,
And-
and-
Tanya, bruh. I just remember Tanya.
And
No,
Various
that's
reasons
not
during that
someone.
time.
and
Yeah.
because
I remember
and because Ori brought up Yubel, I was just about to say my headcanon is that season 3, when they all go to the other dimension, it's literally just Yubel putting up her prank channel and Jaden has to dismantle it all. And
Oh,
I say this
fuck.
because her and the other villains are just like, oh, if you lose here in this dimension, you all die. And it turns out it turns out like at the very end, it's Yubel just pulls the curtain and it's like, guess what, idiots? Get pranked. Your friends aren't dead. I just needed you to become the Supreme King. I got a million subscribers from that act alone.
Dude, it's just like that one horror
going
movie,
on
where
Twitter.
that one horror movie
I'm
all over
still
again that I
salty.
saw years ago.
I'm still salty that we have like I think 3 DM movies and not even 1 movies for GX. Or 5 days for that, but GX really could
Like-
use a movie.
Like you're over here, you watch the Yubel versus Zane duel, and you're just like, oh shit, my man died of a heart attack. I'm crying now. And Yubel's just like, oh no, he went back to, he washed up ashore at Duel Academy, but he didn't die. What are you, fucking stupid?
This is a
Oh,
kids show.
anime-wise?
Get
Like
pranked,
sub-wise
get
or dub-wise?
pranked.
I think
So-
both. In the dub,
No,
they refuse to say die. They say go to the stars.
no.
Yeah,
It- I'm focusing on the sub because that's the in season 4 it's like, oh no, he has a heart attack, he's dying. Then they're like, oh no, he's alive. He just immediately washed up on Duel Academy and was taken to the nurse's office.
Also,
Alright.
you said also you said Nanashi that GX was the last main character. He was trying to enjoy the game. He's also the last main character that is widely recognizable.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
look at
that's
Jaden,
true.
you know exactly who and what he is. You know what he's about. Also, his archetype, more so than Dark Magician or Blue Eyes, has stood the test of time at being a competent deck.
Isn't he like
and
the
being
only?
very favorite.
Yeah, true.
Isn't he
Utopia
like-
can't do
Isn't
it?
isn't he like also the only protagonist whose first name doesn't start with YU?
No,
Yeah.
His last name starts with YU.
yeah, they
His
go
last
back
name
and
started
forth.
with an
Well,
Y.
his last
First
name,
name
but I
doesn't.
said first name.
Yeah, I know.
mean, they had this.
Tsukumo Yuma is the main character of Gen 4, I believe it is.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the
they
only-
like
I
they
think
like
there's only
Is
2
that,
other
Yugo
protagonists.
7? Is that Yugo 7? Sukumo.
That's
No, that's,
that's
Zexal.
Zexal.
Yes, the fourth one. I forget that they like to say their first and last names backwards for the Japanese. So
No,
yeah,
Really?
And
Oh,
Gen
wait,
5 was Tomato Head. What is his name again? Arc V?
you
Yeah. Yuya
Yeah.
Sakaki.
Wait, Yuma's name is not Yuma?
No, there's only 2 cases of. There's only 2 cases where the U is in the last name. Where with Jaden and Yuga. I was gonna say Jaden's the only one. Because I thought it would be Yuga from Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, but no, that's first name.
Yeah.
I guess.
Alright, well, speaking of card games, I think now's probably a good time to get started into the card game news. And at the top of the list, I think we should let Ori go first, because there's a lot of Digimon news.
Thank you very much. So first and foremost, I think my Bandai knew my birthday was coming up because we have a new early birthday present from them, and it is in the form of this gorgeous new Digimon Tamer Good set featuring Diaboromon. And
Damn, that is
it's
a
beautiful
nice-looking
As
mat.
someone who built Diaboromon as their first deck, this really resonates to me. So Premium Bandai is having this set out now. It's available to pre-order on their site until the 30th, around the 20th of this month, 25th of this month. But unfortunately, I can't pre-order it because it doesn't ship outside of the US.
Oh.
So, rip me.
Well,
I
now,
guess
hang
I'll have
on,
to wait
there
until
is a...
around February to find another way to get it. But
Or you could have
Mhm.
somebody you know in the US order it and then ship it to you.
that is true. That is true. Yeah.
If you can find
Of course,
somebody
I
with
will
the
do my
kind of
best to
money
pay-
who'd be willing to do
Of course, I
that
will
for
pay
you.
them back because I'm a nice guy. I won't take advantage of people. I can't do that. It's not in my nature.
That's fair.
Even
Says
if
every nice
I said
guy
I'll
ever.
give it to you because you're a good person and you seem like a great man,
Mhm.
I'll do
Thank
it.
you very much.
I would do it. I'm a man of the people. It's part of being the people's cake. It's a terrible
Indeed.
title. I have to do all the things for the people. Like give your mom a massage on her arthritic feet. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah,
better be.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I still wind up having to give my own mother a foot massage.
Oh. Yeah, let's drift away from mothers and
back on
feet.
topic. Back on topic.
Back on topic.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Rom. The new trailer for the Digimon Zero 2 anime movie, even the beginning, just dropped. And yeah, as someone who actually had their first exposure to the series be in the form of Zero 2, that's kind of exciting, to say the least. And of course, the movie will be out in Japan on the 27th of October. So look forward to the subs doing their work. Now back on topic of the card game, the booster set 13 of Versus Royal Knights is now out in stores. So, and with it out, I hope you're all ready to say goodbye to your wallets to build full max rarity Royal Knights, because that's your set for building the deck. And yeah, I am not kidding. The full art the altar art Royal Knights are gorgeous. They are like literally gold in terms of their background. It's beautifully made. But of course,
Tripling deck and making meta decks. Name a more iconic duo.
Yep. And speaking of meta decks, there is of course the Shine Greymon support with, of course, in fact, the Data Squad / Savers stuff in this deck. So of course, Shine Greymon, Mirage Galgamon is actually a decent meta contender. And of course, there's also Rosemon and Gravemon. So there's also those four, but of course the other big meta deck from this is Belphamon, which, yeah, I've faced against it. It is terrifying. Of course, I've already brought up the Saber Good set. Over in Japan, reveals have begun for the 5th expansion set for Animal Colosseum. We've already seen a number of reveals so far, ranging from the 12 Divas, that's Diva with an E, and also a debut of some other cards, other Digimon like Fenlongmon, which had a prominent role in Digimon Survive, if memory serves me well. In fact, speaking of which, they actually recently put Fenlongmon Ruin Mode in the reference book. So, of course, one can only imagine that will be being added either in this set or in a future one. It also debuts, about time, another Demon Lord in the form of Leviamon, which means I think that only leaves Barbamon left to be debuted in the card game, and then we'll have all the 7 Great Demon Lords. And another big debut from the set is Apollomon and Dianamon from the Digimon World Dusk and Dawn video games, so we can only imagine that we'll be getting Grace Novamon in the set, probably as the other secret rare. But of course, only time will tell at time of recording. And the final big news for the Digimon card game is the announcement of a new advanced deck. So we all know about the advanced deck for Beelzemon and how that pretty much broke the game. Well, we now have a new one for Terriermon and Lopmon called Double Typhoon. But there are no further details as of yet. But yeah, the fact that they're getting a new deck for Terriermon and Lopmon is kind of exciting, especially given that they had more of a proper game plan and support in expansion set 4 of Alternative Being with the whole alliance strategy. But aside from that, that is all of the Digimon related news that I have, unless I've missed any.
No, it seems like you hit all the points.
I think we need to talk about how great the theme song was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All of them
okay,
in
I'm
general.
good. That's not relevant.
Ah,
I
yes,
just wanted to
thank
say
you,
it.
Rom. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
feel that could be the real one, but I don't know at this point. So,
Yeah.
but thank you anyway.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. I don't think they've released any new information about Pokemon other than the occasional image and trailer and whatnot, letting us know about the next generation of Pokemon not having Ash Ketchum as the main.
Pokemon Unite again.
Sorry, what?
So you just brought up Pokemon, and I immediately thought, oh yeah, Mewtwo's in Pokemon Unite, and he's killing the game again.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like Zacian did in the first anniversary celebration.
But there is a piece of Magic the Gathering news that I feel like it's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Yeah.
is it?
Well,
You have me intrigued.
it's kind of dumb, but it's kind of funny. We all know about the Lord of the Rings expansion and how they created a card called the One Ring.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well, apparently it is worth a little over $2 million, and somebody bought it.
Wait,
Wow.
what?
Lord.
Yeah, the
Jesus
problem comes
Christ.
in as to who bought it. Post Malone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Who
Yeah,
means
that's
the
not fine.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I actually expected a bigger reaction to that. But yeah, Post Malone bought the One Ring card for $2 million when it was apparently worth about 2.6.
Who? I'm sorry,
Post
I don't know who
Malone.
he is.
He's a music artist.
Yeah, not exactly the best one in my opinion, but
Really?
Hey, don't talk about my boy.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't think he's the best. He's this guy. I just dropped a random GIF of him. He's the guy covered
Okay.
in small
The best
tattoos.
The best
That's
music
why-
artist is
yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
But yeah, for some reason he thought it'd be a good idea to buy the
Oh.
card.
Hey, you get him
Okay.
into the game. Nothing
I
wrong with
guess.
Sure,
He-
to get him in the game, like Jake Paul or Logan.
Oh,
I don't
Lord.
know which one.
He clearly has no values for money.
Well, he would be the one to afford it, I guess.
True.
Like us.
Barely. You're talking to a guy who plays 2 trading card games. I don't have money.
Well, I
Yes, you
don't
do.
play any
It's in your
I
shoes.
don't play. I
My
don't
shoes are
play
falling
any
apart.
trading card games. I don't play any trading card games, and I still don't have any money.
I play no trading. I play trading card games and I play video games, and I also am a man who pays rent with my parents. I have no
video
money.
games,
Hell, I got paid
video
today.
games
We're
are
in
the best
negatives.
because they're
Don't
free.
tell my parents. Don't tell them.
Video
They'll be
video games are
angry.
the best because they're free.
If you don't care about the $60 to $70 cost and the $500 unit to play them on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's ways around that.
Well,
You could just play the free ones.
next on the list would be Card Fight Vanguard game news. You got anything for us there, Reborn?
Oh yes, Vanguard wise, there's some stuff I really do want to talk about. More specifically, Bastion Accord and the new quintuplet set. First, we're gonna start off with a grade 2 in Bastion, Sacre Bleu, with Lofty Knight Azolius. If you show a grade 3 from your hand for the cost of a card's ability, Ride Line, you show him as a grade 3. If he's put on your field and you have Bastion, rewind the card to the bottom of the deck. This is okay because it gives Bastion removal and basically tells Zorga to go fuck itself with Roaming Prison Dragon because Zorga Masks is annoying as shit.
I bet.
And there's the new grade 3 Grandeur Edge. His hand, when you would show a grade 3, he counts as 2 3s. And if Bastion's on the field, he gets 10k, field 10k. This is something we've probably seen before. But I'm not a Bastion person. So, And now, the boy himself, Sword of the People, Bastion Accord. He counts as OG Bastion, which, holy crap, that's amazing. Because you can still run Apex Ruler. Apex surpassing the Apex Bastion. without any ill effect, your deck is still gonna be Unga Bunga, Ashura Kaiser do attacks and shit. When your everything grade 3 or greater basically gets resist and 5k power. They can't be chosen by card effect. He does nothing for Vermilion. This makes me happy. After he attacks, the stand is guaranteed. You pick a grade 3 or less rear guard, stand it. If your opponent's vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Persona blast a card with Bastion, and it does drive checks. You no longer run the Keter grade 3 anymore. You no longer run the Keter over trigger anymore because of Bastion Accord, the Keter over becomes redundant. The last two ride lines for the quintessential quintuplets is the Stoicheia one is literally just Dragonic Overlord. I hit, restand. And the order is I attack, guard with two cards, or I get through. The one for Keter is I need a kind of precedent for this, because is that quintessential quintuplets is in White Schwartz, right?
Yes, it is, and they've already got an expansion as well, and a couple of their cards are hit on the restricted list.
Did one of them have an auto win?
I'm sorry, what? No, it was just a scarily consistent archetype, and they made sure to restrict its ability to play extremely well from the ground up.
No, because the Keter quintuplet is you have 14 cards in memory, you automatically win. Although building the 14 memory is not easy.
I'm sure it's not.
Because the order gives you memory, the grade 2 in the ride line gives you memory. So you're gonna be like around 7 to 8. You need to survive 5 turns to get the auto win.
So it actually takes time to achieve the goal.
Yeah.
But the goal is still unreasonably powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that sounds... Well, I'm not going to sit here and say it's fair, but it's probably about as fair as you're going to get.
Yeah, and I just don't like what the order says. The order for the quintuplet order in Vanguard says, whatever you drive check goes to your memory. What you drive check that turn does not go to your hand, it goes to your memory instead.
They are literally changing Vanguard to function like Weiss Schwartz.
Yeah, I think the
Crazy.
quintessential quintuplets are basically just to help White Schwartz people ease into Vanguard.
Or the other way around.
Yeah, you could say that. Because one of the quintuplets order really just says, what if you did Monster Reborn twice, the revived unit gets 5k, and you draw 2, what the hell? Why do you do so much?
Completely fair and balanced.
Why the
As
hell do you
all
do
things should be.
Like, why do you do so much? Why can you just revive the prison dragon for free?
Because if it was free, it'd be too easy. You gotta work for it.
Like,
And if it wasn't free, it would be third.
like no discard, no anything. Just resurrect all your shit. And because you're literally just resurrecting a bunch of shit for free in this deck. The order literally just says you draw, you countercharge, your Vanguard gets a drive, and you just do shit for free. And you just don't, if you have a bunch of cards in your drop, you basically win.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because it says if you have 6 or more quintuplets in your memory, everything in your front row gets 2k power. For every card in your drop in Vanguard, this goes very fast. Your anti-trigger unit mills cards, the for Stoicheia mills cards. Just imagine if Gren said, I give 3k for every card banished to every monster you control.
Sheesh.
Just imagine if Gren said, Gren gave its effect to everything on the field.
Terrifying.
I don't want to imagine that. Thank you very much.
Like,
Yeah, basically.
the Dark States version is literally just Dragonic Descendant, and I'm like, Lord, if I don't get my Dragonic Descendant, we're gonna have issues. Bushy Road. It verbatim. Its effect is I'm Dragonic Descendant. If you have 6 or more memory, I'm Dragonic Descendant. My attack misses, I stand up with a drive, and the order just says Soul Charge 4. But here's another interesting thing that they made for Avantgardia. The way they went about the cross ride is very interesting. You show it to your opponent, and you bind Avantgardia on your Vanguard circle. Ride him, and he gets all the effects. So restanding, shenanigans, all that jazz. After he attacked, you have the grade 0 in your soul. Pitch 2, ride the Avantgardia on top of him, and he gets 10k and a drive, therefore resetting Avantgardias once per turn.
That's scarily consistent.
Because of the new grade 2, this gets scary fast. Like, if the regular Avantgardia hasn't killed you yet, this will. But here's the thing, Avantgardia has to run so much orders, good luck guarding anything. Like, Avantgardia is literally just, I can kill you turn 3, but if turn 4, I pretty much die. Because they have to run 8 orders, 2 for each grade. They run more 2s than anything. You don't really run the trigger screwer in this deck, because the trigger screwer for Brantgate is actually legitimately bad. It only gives 2k and boost. Some of the quintuplets are busted. The Dragon Empire one was... And guess what's also... Like, before I continue with the quintuplets, guess what comes out on my birthday?
What?
Luard.
Right, you mentioned that earlier.
Luard and his infinite wisdom of grade 1 bullshit. I don't like the concept of Luard, like, because they might not give us much Luard stuff, but the Luard stuff that we're going to get is going to be cracked. I always worry about one thing with Luard. It's Luard always signals the beginning of the end of a series, of an era.
That is true, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. But also, I still kind of find it weird that all these quintuplets are in wedding dresses. The Dragon Empire one is literally just telling something to go kill itself.
Like low tier god.
Kill itself.
Gosh.
Like, it's just a waifu telling somebody to go kill themselves and give me your power.
The waifu has glowing blue eyes and there's lightning circling around them. You should kill yourself now.
Okay, so was there any more card news, or?
That's it for now, because I don't want to lag y'all up with the infinite bullshit of waifus murdering large dragons.
Yeah, we've seen Kobayashi enough. We know where it's going.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so next on the list then would be Weishwartz, and there's not a lot of news, so I'm going to get through this real quick. The only new thing is that they have officially released That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Volume 3 pack and Hololive Volume 2, which means that the new ban list is officially in effect, where they preemptively banned a card out of the Hololive pack.
Dang.
Yeah, they discovered a bullshit combo where it gives them the ability to attack twice as much as they should be able to at a very early stage of the game, which breaks the base level mechanics and restrictions of how it's supposed to play.
Not surprising.
There's been no changes or no dates changed or anything, so we can finally dive into the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Let the pain and misery begin.
Yes, that's the one, thank you. Starting off, let's get through the Master Duel stuff, because there are a few things we need to knock out. They made a small mechanical adjustment to Master Duel handling Infinite Impermanence. Now any column that's affected by its shutdown effect is officially glowing green for the turn.
That's
Which-
pretty good. That does help.
Which is very great, I will admit.
It's bad
Yeah,
on both
it's-
sides, because one of the funniest things in the world is when an opponent accidentally plays a card into an impermed column.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you did it, and I did it. It's funny, but sucks complete anus. So I'm okay with this. I approve the change. A drink to that.
Fair enough.
Apple juice.
Well, they released a few new packs. The Trap in the Wicked Castle, which introduced the Labyrinth and Destiny board focus support.
Fun.
Dreaded Conspiracy, which focused on Trap Tricks, Dark World, and Generator.
Generator. Never mind. Continue. I'm sorry.
And they also stealth imported some new Spirit support.
I know that's great. I love
Yeah,
Spirit.
they imported the new Pendulum Spirit that searches anything with a Monarch stat, and the new Stars Across the Milky Way Trap, which is going to have importance if and when they get the other Spirit support they just announced earlier.
Of course, yeah.
They had a Guardians of the Secret Summit pack announced, which was just Sword Soul.
Obviously.
Yeah.
The Ultimate Traditional
Yeah.
Art, which was punk-focused. The Monster Type Festival has basically come and gone, and you were only allowed to play Fiend or Fairy monsters, which means that Labyrinth was obviously going to win.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so bad last playing DDDs. It's so fucking funny. Cause like, well, the DDDs have like this one
Festival,
card
that
called.
was Labyrinth Festival.
Cause like, well, the DDDs have this called dark. The spell card trap card called Dark Contract with Errors and negates trap cards.
How to beat Labyrinth.
Dude, just
Double
funny. It's like last time just rage quit. It's like funny as fuck.
For that
Hydrogen
event,
bomb versus coughing baby.
for that event, I saw someone play the Sky Scourge cards because
Oh,
they're
yeah,
mixed
Sky
up
Scourge.
versions. And there was this one Sky Scourge that they summoned turn 1 that just hand looped your opponent for 5, and the Labyrinth just surrenders at that.
That's
We
true.
won-
I forgot about that one. Uh,
Thank you.
There's a
Farvo was
Sky
trying.
Scourge that does that?
Yeah, it was used as a tech back in the early days of Chaos, Dark Lord, Fairy things, back when Valhalla mattered. And they would banish it with the effect of Phantom of Chaos to get its effect essentially whenever they wanted.
Hilarious.
Also, fuck Konami for the stupid infinite impermanence crap.
I was mentioning that earlier. It's good that we can avoid it, but it's bad that the opponent can avoid it. Although there's always going to be
Yeah.
that one person that
Two-sided
still lands in
court.
the column
Yeah,
without
like-
realizing it.
Yeah, double-edged sword.
Different color. Me press button. Why card not work?
Why my card covered in drool?
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
How did I get messy glue on me card? It was in my mouth.
No, all I'm like,
I'm a rage quit and report the
No,
opponent.
I'm like-
shitting.
I'm like, Lord, please do not delay the RDA structure deck.
You jinxed it. You
Yeah,
jinxed
yeah,
it.
yep. It's gonna happen now.
Don't-
It's getting delayed.
Yeah,
I can hear it
delayed
now. It's getting delayed.
indefinitely.
It's
Congratulations,
gonna
everyone.
it's gonna
Congratulations,
get
I
the
hope you're proud of
cyber it's
yourself.
gonna get the cyber dark structure deck treatment because of you. How could you?
Oh. Now, I don't normally talk about accessories and such, but they recently announced that they're giving us a Legendary Dragon of White and Legendary Magician of Dark accessory bundle, which comes with sleeves and icon images. It looks pretty nice, because that's, stuff that's not legally allowed to be played in the game, but we're still getting emphasis in materials based on it, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
And finally, they announced a new solo mode for Tenyi.
What's the bad thing that one of the missions will have you play Sword Soul Tenyi?
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, you fight against it.
Oh,
It's so
that-
fucking miserable.
Oh, that's a given at this point.
Yeah, you really
Oh,
can't
yeah.
play one without the other anymore unless you're just looking for a handicap. I hate to say it, but it's true.
And the
Eesh.
fact that the story gate to come before it was Ally of Justice of all decks.
To be fair, seeing Ally of Justice's lore in action is cool. We all kind of knew that Tenyi was basically just Avatar: The Last Airbender trying to be cool.
The thing is,
was.
I like Tenyi.
Tenyi on its
Tengi's
own
always
is
been something
not
I
a...
wanted to play, you know?
Tenyi
They're
on its own is not a
interesting.
huge problem.
Yeah, it's not a huge problem. I remember
It's
like
just
when
Sword Soul
like,
that kind of.
it can makes it go over the top. And I remember when I used to follow a guy a few years ago who used to just make Tengi bills. He used to make like ballpark Tengi with the insects. I was like, yo, that's fun.
Yeah.
That sounds lit. Like stuff like that. That's
No,
creative with Tengi.
I did
but-
Pacifist Tenyi.
Yeah, it's fun. It really can do it. It's really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, that's
Because-
a base version. Yeah, that's a very nice version.
Yeah, because they both run on the concept of normal monsters.
Monsters.
Well, non-effect monsters. But you get the idea of where I was coming from with that, right?
Yeah, we understand.
And after we get the Tenyi story gate on April Fools or something, we get the Magic-y story gate, but it's not the actual lore of the cards. They just recap all of Kingdom Hearts because, haha, Magic-y is funny Kingdom Hearts reference.
That's all it is.
That's it. You don't even see pictures of the cards being told via their lore like all the other ones. You just see Sora.
Well, I'm continuing to work on my dual terminal lore video, and editing it is
No,
annoying.
but once I get the RDA structure deck, I will be doing an update to the RDA deck.
Cool, but what were you saying, Connor?
And I'm still working on my dual terminal lore, and I don't think I'm even halfway done with it after nearing 8 months, but
There is...
Jeez.
There is a lot of lore.
yeah, and a lot of the lore is wank.
Yeah.
And by a lot of the lore, I mean
Most of it.
basically all of it, except maybe parts of the second.
Okay, so that's everything from Master Duel. Now we're going to get into the actual TCG, and there's not a lot of news. They have officially released the reprints and re-releases of the Legend of Blue Eyes, Metal Raiders, Magic Ruler, Pharaoh Servant, and all those special packs are now back
Spell
in...
Ruler.
Yeah, Spell
There is
Ruler,
no
right,
Magic
thank you.
Ruler in
Yeah, they
Yu-Gi-Oh.
changed that. I
There's
hate
no
that they changed
magic
that.
roller and bossing. I think they changed it because of an obvious lawsuit from Wizards of the Coast. Because
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
When you
from about
apparently-
20
avoid a
years
lawsuit.
ago, yeah. It's one of the reasons we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have Magic cards anymore, we have spell cards.
it's like magic is not. Wizards of the Coast were not the first to come up with the term magic for anything. Why would they be filing a lawsuit? That would be
because psychopathic corporations, that's why.
It says
Well,
it says when you really get into like the whole like in hindsight of all of this, it sounds
Wizards
just,
made Jace Bellerin.
it's just as dumb as fucking when Monster Energy was trying to sue Capcom and Nintendo because they used monster in their in the titles of their games.
I mean, Wizards of the Coast is an unhinged company. Didn't they send mercenaries against some guy, like in the past couple of months?
I think
Pinkertons,
so.
yes, they did. They have.
They really send assassins against somebody.
Yeah, because it was their fuck up. So he paid for a booster box of like the recent set, but they accidentally sent him a booster box of the next recent core booster set that was announced, and
Yeah, and
they
then
just
and
they
the
just sent
reaction
they
is to
just sent.
send.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll take back the booster box and give you what you actually ordered, and maybe you can wait to order this one with your own money. No, we're just going to send a hitman to your house and take all your cards.
Yeah,
Not
let's not
just
delve into
Hitman.
that too
More
much. It's
than now
really hot
Hitman.
button. No,
It's
it's fine. It's
wild.
fine. It's just we were going to talk about that last podcast, but Tommy brought up that that's still a pretty hot button topic.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Yeah.
it's funny that you mentioned the bossing say joke, because as it happens, I forgot to mention, I have officially decided on what character I'm going to make my Avatar The Last Airbender deck based on. I have decided I'm going to focus on Zuko and Iroh.
Nice.
Based.
Oh,
All of
I mean,
them
that's
were...
nothing bad. But
all the decks were pretty interesting, but I relate more to Zuko and Iroh than anything, I think.
I
But-
would have been Sokka. He's the greatest. Don't say, hey,
Sokka's...
that man was the greatest. He was the best thing you've seen in that show. You only think about
Yeah,
him not
but-
because he's a bender. If he was a bender, you would have been like, I love Sokka.
Oh, please,
Yeah,
the man had a
but-
space
No.
sword.
Yes!
It's not, and next to Sokka, it's the cabbage guy.
I wish they gave him a
he's-
card.
He's going to be a staple in any form of the deck if he ever got his own card.
I have uploaded a still from the upcoming dual terminal lore video, and it's Trishula looking at the sacred tree because it's one of the biggest and shittiest retcons of the entire series.
Yeah.
Because at the
And
end
how is
of
he still
dual
alive?
terminal,
Nanomachine, son.
at the end
Oh,
of dual terminal 1, Trishula kills everything in the entire world. Well, almost everything.
And then,
And then
meteor
somehow-
and then the meteor just then resets everything.
That,
Well, yeah,
that me-
But
that-
Yeah.
in the third dual terminal story, alongside the other big retcon of there being another creator god alongside Sophia, this
Yeah,
Naturius sacred tree, which they specifically stated was there all this time, somehow miraculously survived Trishula's path of rampage.
Listen, it had to alert the meteor, aka Nibiru, because old ice barriers were able to somehow summon more than 5 times.
Motherfucker, there wasn't any Nibiru at the time.
Yeah, I made my own. It was a custom card. I played it on the.
Connor,
No, the
Connor,
original
it's
Nibiru is Dirac Meteor.
Connor, since you worked on the lore, which is worse, Kingdom Hearts lore or dual terminal lore?
Yes.
At least Kingdom Hearts lore is interesting. If a
Oh,
bit muddled.
disagree.
Okay, well, getting back to the topic at hand, they've also officially released Tournament Pack 22 and Duelist Nexus, the core set. They also previewed all the Testina cards that are coming out in that pack, and I'm not gonna lie, some of it looks cool, but we definitely need to see a pack 2. We need to see Wave 2.
yeah, like it's interesting in concept, but like when you see the second wave to see how going forward will it be? Six is alright.
Wasn't one of the cards called Crystal God, but it had nothing to do with the Crystal God quote unquote archetype with
Because it's
crystal
not the
beast.
ultimate crystal god.
Yeah, it's like there are 2 archetypes with Crystal God, but none of them are related.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Let's see. They've officially given us a full set reveal of everything coming out in Legendary Duelist Soul Burning Volcano, which drops in a week, and they kind of made a blunder. One of the cards
no.
they
Really?
included in the set was Volcanic Eruption.
Yeah.
The card they couldn't search.
Oh, what the heck?
Imagine
funny.
imagine having a search card clearly state that they can't search Volcanic Eruption. You
Oh
put
no
the
no! I
same
think
card
I
in the
know
set.
why they're doing volcanic eruption. It's so they can do a reprint saying that it isn't treated as a volcanic card.
That is the exact reason, which technically makes it not a blunder, but it's still a blunder because you see
What
the card.
was missing from?
Oh yeah, look at this nice dinosaur card in my pyro set.
Dinosaurs, they ruined Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey! No, they didn't. They didn't ruin Yu-Gi-Oh!
No,
Oh,
he
boy.
didn't.
They ruined my caveman
VF already
time.
did
I'll
that,
tell you that.
for them.
Now, for Deck Build Pack Valiant Smashers, they finally started releasing the archetypes in their full entirety, and they're a little disappointing. Memento, as we expected, is just a rehash of a bunch of old normal monsters getting retrains into basically working into something like an Unchained variety of cards, and they all center around their one 12-star boss monster who half the card effects basically give the same kind of bonus effects to as the way Crusadia works.
I mean,
And it's fine.
I'll give it to Konami. They kept up with the theme of Memento, even if it meant zombifying a lot of the old school cards.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're getting representation, I guess. They also
Guys,
released
remember Trihorn Dragon? He's back now.
Oh, yeah, he's one of them. Trihorn Dragon is in the archetype. Took 25 years for him to be relevant, and he's still not relevant.
I know, right?
Sadly.
Now, the second archetype they've also released, which is Valmonica, and what's the right way to describe it?
Yeah, it's meh.
Something.
It's way too much.
As far as pendulum strategies go, I see what they're trying to do. It's a janky form of interesting, and I kind of want to see more, if there is any. But I kind of want to see their overall game plan before I can really... the final at least, like... I gotta see, like... Because we know Memento's game plan just from the handful we got of them. This one's just... There's a lot of funny, interesting stuff going on, but I can't exactly pinpoint what it is it's doing.
It's basically working like a more passive version of Aliens.
Yeah, I saw the counters. Now that you bring up Aliens, there was a mistranslation, and one of the link monsters. So someone on Reddit, when they were putting on the effects, they put it through Google Translate on the Light Fiend Link monster. It translated the name as an alien card.
Of course it did.
Oh my god.
Alien support, baby.
It's like, aliens aren't using A counters, they're using a resonance counter or whatever it's called.
I can be your angle or your Dibilo.
It could be your alien or your Diablo.
Like someone mistranslate that card? Like the new Link 1 monster?
Yes.
Really? That
I
sounds
can be-
funny. That's funny.
I can be your angel food cake, I could be your devil food cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up on the list is the Age of Overlord stuff, because they've been releasing
Okay,
more
now
new
I can
cards
talk.
for that set.
Oh yeah.
They released information on the new Earthbound fusion, the new Link 2 that's supposed to be a counterpart to IP Masquerena called SP Little Knight.
Oh yeah, that new card is
I actually am going to try to play it in ABC, just to try to figure out how to make a U board.
Dude, that new Link, the new Link 2 monster is gonna be busted. It's gonna be more heavily played.
Yeah,
With IP Masquerena.
probably.
Yeah, it's basically double unicorn. It's basically 2 unicorns.
Essentially,
Better
yeah.
Unicorn. Better unicorn.
It's a unicorn that you can adjust to help you make a U board.
Let's see, they also announced Darkhold Dragon, which was cool.
Funny.
Yeah.
I want to play this in
Funny.
RDA.
Oh
I
yeah,
will-
Dark Old Dragon, that is awesome.
I will
Dark-
legit try to
it's
find a way to
also-
play this in RDA.
It also synergizes stupidly well with Fire Kings or any deck that just can pop their own monsters, and you just get a free
Yeah,
Fire
even
Kings are
fucking
coming
fist.
back, everybody. Fire Kings are coming back.
I'll fucking
What
play
the-
that in Cosmos, because we're just destroying
Oh, yeah,
our own
Cosmos
shit
getting
just
run
to
into.
float.
I don't like Darkhold Dragon. It's basically Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, but worse.
I mean, I'm gonna just
With the
play it.
slowest search in the fucking universe.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
the search
to
is.
be
It helps
fair,
you make rank 8.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm just gonna play it in Cosmos, not just as a free reoccurring body, but so that way I could just be funny and use it in Dark Destroyer to make a rank 8.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
better
it's
off
what
using the
helps you.
horse cards, honestly.
It also helps you to trigger a destruction effect in turn 3, which trust me is not that easy.
that is true, actually.
Mm.
They also revealed a new labyrinth support, like we needed any more of that.
Yeah, we need all
Well,
of it.
you know what's
Hate
the
to hear that,
scariest
Zach. I
thing?
think everybody hates it.
Yeah,
Eldelich is going to be playing the new Labyrinth support more than actual Labyrinth.
I am not surprised.
They are
Labyrinth.
going to have to
What was the
Speaking of
part?
massacre
over.
Yeah, what
all
was
the
it?
decks surrounding it if they're
Also,
going to be
They're gonna get a level 10 that literally just says, "Hey, the fusion is now towers."
That'd be great. I'll be for it.
Fair int balance. Well, actually, yeah.
Because the fusion can't die by a card effect or battle. The level 10 fiend is just going to say, "You can't target it." So basically, turning it into towers.
I want
got-
to die.
We're gonna talk about
Who played?
how.
When was the last time we saw Illich played?
The Lich has played here and there.
Little bit, not as much as it used to be.
I like how when
Yeah,
it came
because
I like how
Labyrinth
when,
is still a thing.
I like how when it came to trap-based strategies, when Altergeist came out and people were playing them.
Don't
as
talk
just-
about that. Don't talk about it.
Li-
Don't even
listen-
bring up memories.
experience with
As a
Listen,
trains player, I hated Altergeist so much.
here's the thing, though. I actually grew a fondness of Altergeist, but I'm not playing them like the
It's
fucking
Jesus' fault, I
janky.
knew it.
I'm not playing them like this janky floodgate bullshit like everyone else like loves to do, because that's fun. That's
not
I
fun.
play them like how they're fucking intended. Like, yeah, they're a trap-based strategy, but you can do more than just sit on Imperial Order or some other bullshit floodgate. Oh,
It's like me when playing Time Lords. I'm now playing it as
like
its intended method.
like I
Infinite,
don't
like,
I don't
turbo.
it's like I don't care about sitting on Secret Village or some other trap floodgate. I just want to summon Trishula and be based.
I mean,
No.
granted.
Fair,
Granted.
fair.
I
Well,
they have a new link for it that's actually
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the other
we
thing.
mentioned
I
that
want to
earlier.
I want to actually use my extra deck and maybe pull off a Trish play for the extra based points. And then every time I said that, people were like sighing, like, "Oh, but you're still an Altergeist player. You're
You're
pretty
still an
cringe."
Altergeist player.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
sorry, Raven.
you're
have to
pretty
accept
you're
that.
pretty.
You guys ruined Yu-Gi-Oh for about
It's like
you
my
and
life.
canned after.
I
it's
want
like
to say something about the new Salamangreat support.
Well-
before. It's like, oh, Raven, you're still an Altergeist player. You're pretty
You're still
fucking
an
cringe.
Altergeist player.
You're not playing the Floodgate variant, but goddamn, you're
still
still
an
bad.
Altergeist player. You're
And then
ruining everything.
And then Labyrinth came out, and everyone just turned to Altergeist, and it's like, perhaps maybe
You're
I
still
treated
terrible.
you too harshly.
No, you're
Yeah.
still terrible.
It's
Kind
the
of.
fan. It's the fan. Kind of like how when Runic came out and all the Runic variants were running around, we turned to Invoked, normal summon Alistair deck, and we're like, you know
We
what?
still hate Sky Strikers though, which makes no sense.
Speaking of
Yes,
it
until
makes
we
sense because that is
It's like which one would you rather face? Normal summon Alistair or Runic Fountain Pass?
Don't know. Would you rather take Sky Strikers or Runic? That's my question.
When was the last time? When was the last time Alistair was the normal one? I think I
Either.
haven't seen him for 2 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
When has he been relevant? We're just looking back at him like, you could. We've been too harsh on you. You could have been worse, and we turn back to the fountains like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, you could fight against Invoke.
I love it. Everyone ignored my question. Would you rather play Sky Strikers or a Runic player?
Neither.
Sky Striker. You could
I'd
fight
rather
I'd take a
just stay
Sky Striker
home.
player.
I'd rather stay home.
The Runic player makes me go like, I didn't even get to play. You just don't. A Sky Striker player, like, hey, you might have your draws, but I could do something.
Nah,
And then they
nah, I'm
both do
just
the
going to play
fusion dance.
against Runic and not play Metaphys.
And then they
He was
both do the
laughing then.
fusion dance, and you're fucked.
Okay, well,
So anyway,
continuing down the list, they also announced Exceed the Pendulum, the new Link 3 Pendulum support,
meh.
and the new anti-Zeus tech, T-Fon.
It's funny.
Also, man.
It's funny.
I also like how
It's a
it
funny
perfectly
card.
references the inspiration for its name, because Typhon was the one that ended up beating Zeus
Yep.
for a brief period.
Just strong enough to stop Zeus from doing anything and send it back to the extra deck. And its summoning condition's pretty
Well-
free too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
2900 is a bit too weak.
Yeah, but like the thing is, it negates 3,000 monsters. It has to be weaker.
Well, it doesn't negate them,
to
it prevents them
them.
from activating.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
love
that.
it
Like,
how
it's
both
negate.
IP Masquerina and Zeus got now a direct counter.
So the Typhoon guy is basically an extra deck for trap decks because you can stick anything into it.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah.
And the last thing as far as news is concerned is that they've confirmed OTS Pack 23 is going to be dropping on October 25th with 3 new Ultimate Rares, but they only revealed one of them, which is Enemy Controller.
Hilarious.
Duel Links moment.
They did
Indeed.
this because Kashura abuses enemy controller at the moment, so they try to make money with it.
Hey, there
He
you
does it
are,
cool.
Zivith. Good to hear you, man.
Welcome back. Welcome aboard.
Oh,
And Monarch players use Dark Witch in extra deck builds.
Oh, Lord.
yeah, 10
Life
years
could be
ago.
strength that way.
I don't
Oh
wanna
yeah,
talk about it.
I remember that when Monarchs were meta and we still had Brilliant Fusion. They just tech in Dark Witch,
Mhm.
the level 5
Because-
vanilla.
Dude, that was so funny though. It's so funny.
There was
Because
one I
it was
saw.
the best single tribute normal monster, so it can be recoverable by Lazuli, and it can be tribute summoned under both Gozen Match and Rivalry
Match
of
and Rivalry
Warlords,
Warlords.
You know what's funny?
and to proc Return of the Monarchs.
You know what's
Yep.
funny about that though? Around that time, I saw a replay video for Dynamis. They went up against Monarch. They used Stormforth, tributed their Dynamist for. Get ready, Jack's Knight.
Oh,
Jack's Knight.
Oh, that's such a
Wow.
power play. That's such a power play.
Well, that's all the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I have. And since Zivith has joined us, I assume that means he's got something to talk about.
Yeah, just what I mentioned earlier, what I wanted to talk about. I have 2 things I want to talk about. First thing, I already wrote that in the wrestling channel that Kenny Omega sadly won't come to WWE because he signed a new contract just before WWE could make him an offer, because apparently they even said that Kenny Omega was the #1 target for a contract, apparently.
To be
And
fair, I think that
and
might have something to do
so
with
maybe
PTSD.
Tony Khan heard about that and he said, okay, I give these guys better a new contract before Vince and Hunter have a chance to make him an offer. But I
Sense.
wrote something about it in the wrestling channel already, what I think about it.
Fair enough, yeah.
Was that it?
So, anyone want to say about something like that? Or is it the usual dead silent when I talk about something?
It's not that
I-
you. It's not that we want to be silent, dude. It's not a lot of us here are interested in wrestling, so it's a
So
topic
let
we
me
don't
tell
talk
you
about.
something right now
Oh boy.
about the wrestling marketplace. I'm sick and tired of John Tits McGee Moxley bleeding every damn match. You don't need to bleed every goddamn match.
I
That's
mean,
for special events, all right?
there was that one match he did recently where he ended up just sticking spaghetti into his head. like on the top of his head, and
Oh,
made
yeah,
him
those-
look like
yeah,
a Voros
they do that.
twin.
They do that. They do that.
Why?
I'm just
Because
getting
fuck
tired.
you, that's why.
Blood
Blood and Guts
Seems
wasn't
worse
bad.
thing.
I just didn't like the pack swerve because this is for me and Zevoof that we both talk about. I hate that Mark conveniently gets hurt the time he gets a world title shot.
Uh-huh.
That makes me so mad. It makes me
I'm
so
not-
Boxing
mad.
is fake, and we all know it is fake. Why don't they turn all the WWE matches into that once Spider-Man won the?
Well,
uh,
Yeah,
I'll say
like
this theory.
we all know that tomorrow night Roman Reigns will win anyway.
I always
As
I
long
always
as
say
Vince
this.
is alive and in the company, Reigns will never lose his title.
I'll answer two questions at once. LeBlanc, to answer your question, have you fell off a roof before?
yes,
Did it hurt like hell?
kind of.
Would you do that 20 times for just see everyone to say that was pretty cool? Or lit?
I think I'll be gone by the 6th time.
Yeah, that's what I do. Now imagine you get paid $1 million to do that. Would you then consider
I
doing
mean-
that about 20?
And
See,
that's
you-
super productive because I'll be dead by the 6th time.
You'll be fine. We'll
that-
teach you how to fall, and
that-
then you learn how to do it right.
That's the best
And to
scam.
answer-
They
and to
promise.
answer Zivu's question, I think Vince is just unless Vince this surgery he had keeps him out of commission. It's not going to go to Mr. Levesque for a while, Mr. Triple H. But I just think Vince wants to make sure it's run the way right because he doesn't trust my
No,
boy Paul.
Vince is just a bad control freak who still lives in the 90s and can't accept it,
Well,
that the crowd wants something else.
Yeah, but you look at Roman Reigns. Look at Austin Theory. And you look
No
at
one
like,
wants Reigns or Fury at this point. No
I'm
one
okay
wants
with him.
them.
It's the best storyline they had in the last 3 years.
They wanted Sammy, they wanted Cody, they wanted LA Knight, they want Jey Uso.
But what
That's
would you
what
do?
the
Okay,
crowd wants.
if you give me LA Knight over Damian Priest, who had the better career outside of the WWE first? You could make an argument for LA Knight. But also, Punishment Martinez was the shit. I loved him. He had the deep voice. He's an angry Puerto Rican man that's
Damian
tall with
Priest
tattoos.
isn't
I'm scared
even
of him.
over.
I fear him. I could fight LA Knight. I'll fight him, and I can win. Probably not. I'm fat. But
That's
I
think
the
they-
disadvantage.
Turner-
You can tank hits.
but
The
that's
turnaround there.
But here's the thing, though. If they didn't give Damian Priest something, Judgment Day has nothing. And look at Dominic Mysterio. He has the NXT US belt. Awesome. Then you got Rhea Ripley. She's the World Heavyweight Women's Champion because she's really hot and emo looking. And then you have Finn Balor, one of the
Lord.
greatest workers. What?
No, what tentacles dropped into the chat?
Okay, good. I'll look at it later. And
How
then you
bad
got
is it?
It's a gif
Oh, no.
involving Roxanne.
Oh.
nice.
What the hell?
Who now?
Oh yes, quality
Least-
ASMR content, huh?
Least broken part of security breach. I guess nobody plays security breach then.
No,
I do.
never played
I'm
it,
not
but
much
I
of
watched it.
I'm not much of a
I,
Friday
I
Nights
don't
guy.
I don't like how
I
her
mean, it is
face
a bad game anyways.
I don't like how Roxanne's face stretches out in this gif. It kind of gives me the can I do it for you dog vibe me.
Ugh.
Well, like,
It is literally a close to
Guys.
the dog moment.
I'm just
but
saying,
yeah,
though.
isn't that
The
360
king
view?
of Five
of-
Nights at Freddy's is Markiplier. We all know this. He
Okay, now-
rules that
Yeah.
bitch.
Okay, we've kind of gotten off topic. Zivith, you want to
Blue
take back over?
tentacles. Oh, you didn't let me
Yeah.
take over? I was in this. This is what I'm
I know you
especially
were,
in.
but this was Zivith's opportunity to talk. He hasn't had a chance to say anything all show.
Yeah,
That's fair.
and
I'm the only other wrestling nut here.
and the second thing I wanted to talk about, more to show you is this. This is myself as a fanboy sinner in hell.
You look like a male version of Diabella Star, and you are rocking it.
Wait, why is hell blue?
I mean, hell can be anything these days.
That's just the
Yeah.
background.
It's either burning with sulfur and brimstone,
I
or
could
if
live
you
with
look at
this.
the Norse, or if you look at the Norse
Why-
mythology, it's peaceful
Why
and
do you
quiet.
look? Wait, Zivich, why do you look like a black version of the generator Longfire?
I look
Lobster, I
like
think.
what?
You look like a black-clad version of Lobster. You know, the generator level 4.
Oh, Lopter from the generator archetype.
Lobster.
I see
Yeah.
what he's getting at. I see what he's getting at.
Not gonna lie,
I don't know.
I was kind of getting some Castlevania vibes here.
Which Castlevania?
Also,
More
I
so-
should
more-
mention
more
that
so-
I
more
talked
so, like-
about the Helluva verse.
I was gonna say more so like the anime one that Netflix did, but then I look at it more thoroughly and I'm like, I swear I've seen this character somewhere in Vampire Survivors. Not gonna lie.
And you have a good point, Nanashi, because I use the code of the Yubel star for the design. But
Oh,
just the
shit.
code.
And it
I
works.
see.
It looks awesome.
Rom also has another good point. It could also fit into
Also,
the anime
also
Soul
you
Eater.
most likely can recognize the shoes.
Yes, I see the shoes.
Okay, I got the perfect image. You look like a villain in Fairy Tale.
One of
Tell
the
me
few
I'm
good ones.
Now that you say it, but a good one.
Yeah, one of the few good ones. All right, well, we are coming up on the 2-hour mark of the show. Does anyone else have anything they want to talk about before we wrap it up?
All
I
right,
wanna
so
talk
what we're
about the
gonna,
new-
I'm kind of sick and tired of, man, of the fact that in the pro wrestling world, all the young guys are killing themselves to do this business. You know, got your guys like
Mhm.
Darby Allin. We saw Nick Wayne debut a couple weeks ago, and he's really good. I just hope he doesn't hurt himself because he's a young guy. He's only like 18, I think, or in the business. Like, do it MJF, ladies and gentlemen. Just wrestle cool spots in the biggest matches. Not every match, just the biggest matches.
That's the problem AEW has, that they
They
burn
ju-
the spots like nothing in the weeklies. And then
that's what
because
sucks,
of that,
and everyone looks the
pay-per-view
same.
looks like weeklies.
Yeah, and
But the WWE, they just have short-minute matches with nothing special to it, and that's why their pay-per-views just rock lately.
the
I mean,
Huh.
if you look at it like this, I think if you rather have a safer life, you go to WWE. If you want to have the, how do I say,
Higher pay?
both of them pay well. You just have to be a name first to get the money, and it sucks because if you went to a company that's trying to rival WWE and they take a guy from the WWE, would you be mad when hey, why is he paid $2 million but I'm only paid $80K? Like,
The
I've been
match
here
I'm
since
most
the start.
excited for tomorrow night at SummerSlam is Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. I
All
really
right,
like
SummerSlam is
Brock
tomorrow.
Lesnar
No money again.
since he has his Ultimate Farmer.
I'm more mad because I think I want to see Brock versus Cody the most, besides Jay versus Roman in Tribal
Yeah,
Combat.
that's what I said.
I'm only more mad the fact that I feel like the only reason Cody didn't get the belt is because Brock's there. That's the only reason. But Brock needs to do something because we pay Brock. Brock's gotta get his money.
I hope that Lesnar wins the fight against Cody.
I think if anything, is it bad that I want Jay Uso to actually win the titles, and then Cody takes off at Jay?
I mean
the only way
the
it
tribal
works.
combat match will be fire and will most likely take up most of the time there. But Reigns will somehow still win because they don't end at such a long reign at SummerSlam. It has to end at WrestleMania.
But that's the thing. Would you think they're gonna wait that long until next year?
Yeah,
April?
Trust me,
That's
it's
8
Vince.
months away almost.
they gonna milk the shit out of the bloodline while they can. What I could see that WWE spins it somehow that Jey Uso wins, but the title remains at Reigns. Like they say, you guys never synced a contract, so Jey Uso just becomes the new tribal chief.
Huh.
And then Roman can take more time away from wrestling to either
Be a
rest
Hollywood
or
star.
leukemia.
Because that's
And-
what happens
or
to
be-
everybody now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But before that, he has to
Damn
drop
you,
down
Rock,
the
you
title
ruined
and
wrestling.
lose it.
Bastard. But we love
Honestly,
you,
that
Rock.
would be the best end to his reign when he drops down the title belt from himself. Like no one no one here in this business could beat me, so I do it myself and lay it down.
I mean, that's
Goodbye.
true, but if you look at Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Austin Theories, a lot of these guys, they were just trying to wrestle. Now they make the big money, and it's like, I don't know. It annoys me that most of them are willing to just say, "Yeah, fuck wrestling. Let me go back to let me make money in Hollywood."
Yeah.
I'm not against
Yeah.
it. I don't blame The Rock. The Rock is a great actor. Even though nowadays his movies end with the same thing 9 out of 10 times. I think I saw a video of someone saying it.
Yeah, it's basically a
mean,
home
look,
movie
like,
scenario.
The whole
wears
movie
same-
scenario that he has to win always, no matter what character he's playing. It doesn't make any sense.
Having a Will Smith moment.
Now, Raven, did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh yeah. When we were on the topic of Yu-Gi-Oh, there was one small thing I wanted to point out.
What's that?
You recall earlier my headcanon that I said that season 3 of GX was just Yubel hosting her little prank channel and Jaden had to take it all down.
Yeah.
I found the thumbnail to her first prank episode.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
dear God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Of course, this is why Raven can't. We can't trust Raven.
God
Can't.
damn.
Pranking
You're part of the-
grieving
you're part of the
dad
prank channel.
figure. Pranking grieving dad figure. Gone wrong. He's dead now. He got written off. No more Venom support.
Gone wrong, gone wild.
God.
Sponsored by Raid
Not-
Shadow Legends by a
not
rich wallet.
not clickbait.
Not clickbait. It's like, what was that
Rest-
one image? It's like some dude holding a child's face. Yeah, well, you know that one, right? It's like a child's face.
He looks like the kind of guy who his hair would defy gravity.
Someone now needs to make an edit, like turning this scene from the anime into like your typical clickbait thumbnail to a prank channel.
I could probably do that if I had the time.
There's a
Um,
lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, like frames that can
One
turn into
thing that they
clickbait channels.
I would love to bring up.
What's up?
I think Geeks is the only case where the writer has used their senpai's previous powers and their kohai's previous powers in two different instances.
Oh, you're talking tokusatsu, right?
Yes. Because when they had DGP Revi and DGP Vice in the Gates team up movie with Revice, which was awkward to say
Among
the
other
least.
things.
And the Geats Oneness, which uses Gachard's gimmick, using a special version of the Providence card.
Yeah,
that-
some of the things they do in these movies are kind of questionable at ground level.
That basically uses Gachard's gimmick. Like it's literally it's like the card that Geese specifically has is in story a mixture between a Ride Chemi card and a Providence card. The card that Glare / Gazer used to transform. And Geets Oneness is supposed to be Gazer, slightly stronger than Gazer because of it also uses Mark III,
Oh,
which makes
we
it
lost
seem
someone. Oh, we
really-
lost Lakunga.
No.
I think his Discord just shat itself.
Also,
Yeah.
I kind of find it funny that everyone's in their main buckle except Kalo and Lopo. Kalo is just using the armed propeller.
One of the weapons you get in the series, yeah. You gotta
And
remember, not
Lopo-
everyone here has seen this stuff, so you gotta add a little more context.
And Lopo's just using the boost buckle.
Of course he is. It's a set of
Huh?
equipment that makes him go super fast. It turns him partly into a motorcycle, basically. Exhaust ports and all that stuff.
He turns
boost
himself
belt?
into a glorified
boost
Viacroid.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Geats, the latest incarnation of the show that we have right now, is very strange. Let's just leave it at that.
I heard that they have like a card system, and it's very
That's from the
reminiscent
new
of
writer,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Kachar.
Actually, that's the next one. Yeah, that's the
Pay to
next
win,
Rider
right?
coming.
Pay to
Oh,
win.
when you said current one, I was thinking, wait, hold on, did the card one come out yet, or?
No. We're still on Geats. We're in the last 3 episodes.
Although
I was about
you
to say.
you could say that there are cards in Geats because of the supporter writers.
Technically, yeah, but those are more like if anybody saw Beetleborg's Metallics, they use those plastic card chip things instead of actual cardboard cards. That's basically what some of the characters in Geats uses.
And the Providence card system used by Glare and Gaither.
But yeah, anyone else got anything else, or are we good to end it here?
I have
Edit here,
thoughts
fair
on the
enough.
new Salamangrate support.
Right, you wanted to mention that.
Yeah, the Salamangrate support is actually really good. But I'm more so referring to the reaction that places like the Yu-Gi-Oh subreddit had to the new Salamangrate support. And reading that, you would have thought they murdered their child.
Yeah.
Because Salamangrate Fire searches any monster in the archetype. The catch locks you into fire monsters.
That's not a catch. I don't consider that a catch.
It is for modern day Salad players.
Yeah, because according to Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh, if Salamangrate isn't shitting out access code in the earliest ever opportunity, it's shit.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
That doesn't even make. Like,
And this is why we ignore Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
First
But
they
yeah.
get their translations wrong, then they don't even know how to play Salad. What is this?
like Raising Phoenix, I consider okay because it can lead into other extra deck stuff like the fusion. The tuner is actually nice.
both the new tuners are actually pretty decent. I
The
mean,
Synchro
Keeter, Extender, and Weasel, Extender, and Draw Power.
The synchro is meh. Salaman Great Revive. They don't need more Resurrect.
They do. They don't need it, but anyone who plays Salad is just gonna.
Yeah,
course.
that much is true.
Of course, a
Less
lot
of
of people's gripe came with the Heat Soul thing, because it requires 2 monsters with different attributes.
Which
But
is... Yeah.
But there's also stuff like Microcoder, so...
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that one.
I have one more thing to say,
Sure.
and it's also related to Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, go ahead.
You know the new Testina cards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're fine. They're not great. But, again, if you looked at Reddit's reaction, you would think that the makers of Testina committed a horrible atrocity, because they were ready to declare it the worst archetype of all time, keeping in mind that it's not finished yet, and
What do
it's
they even-
just been announced.
What do they even do though? Like, I've only heard like snippets about the archetype in question.
They manipulate
just
stuff
be-
face down.
Yeah, that's it. It's like it's not a bad idea. It's just like it just needs more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wait,
but
as-
according
as-
to Reddit,
When you say they manipulate stuff face down, we talking like the Ghost Tricks game plan, or
like a more
Ghost
competent
Tricks
version of
prediction
Ghost
critic
Tricks, and that's saying
says-
something.
Guru.
as a Ghost Trick enthusiast, it saddens me.
What's that
Yeah.
trap card that has the giant Daruma doll on it that says, flip all face-up stuff face down, and anything that didn't get flipped face down goes to the graveyard?
It's basically
Oh, I know what
red,
you're
but
talking
it's
about.
boss monster.
Yeah, that's basically what their boss monster does, and I think they've got another card in there somewhere that does the same thing.
But according to Reddit, if nobody realizes it's immediately tier 0 awesome, it automatically gets dismissed as mid at best.
You're really gonna... Go ahead.
Remember the Ishizu Fairy retrains?
Yeah.
The cards that helped define a tier 0 format?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to know what their initial reaction was?
Bad.
Yeah, mediocre.
Yeah.
They thought the future tier 0 makers were mediocre.
I mean, it's Reddit. It's Reddit Yu-Gi-Oh. You're not gonna find intelligent life anywhere there.
I mean, honestly,
No, it's Reddit. So what do you think?
Yeah, you sit there and listen to them prattle on about how it's the worst archetype ever made, and I'm like, you're really gonna say that in front of my War Rocks?
War Rocks got done dirty, but then again, Block Dragon got killed because Adamant's made her. So
Yeah,
God,
that's the
no,
one.
God, no.
Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, that's basically what the archetype does at its highest point. It has like 1 or 2 cards that do that.
But I did make a short on my YouTube channel mocking how Reddit reacts.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Because I think someone commented that my voice...
I mean, with hot takes like that, they deserve the ridicule, I must say.
Yeah.
Someone told me in the comments that I have a voice perfect for mocking Redditors.
Yeah.
Are they wrong?
I guess. Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's got the tone.
Yeah, it's the tone, yeah.
Just constant British sarcasm. What more is there to love?
I guess.
Yeah.
As long as you don't eat anything Jamie Oliver made, you're cool.
Fair enough.
Joke's on you. I hate Jamie Oliver.
Well, then who's the joke on other than Jamie Oliver?
Exactly.
Alright, so I think this is probably a good place to end the show. How about you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chicken fajita.
Alright, well, thank you everybody for tuning in to the show. This has been a pretty good one. We've got through without too many hiccups. We record this show on the first Friday of every month, live on Twitch and on YouTube, which means that the next episode should be recorded on September 1st.
Oh, yeah. Will it be colder by then? No.
It might be, but that'll also be the 3-year anniversary of this show.
We have to do something special then.
We might have to. I'll have to think on that one. In the meantime...
I know it's been around a year since I first joined.
Nice. Anniversaries all around. In the meantime, though, thank you again for everybody who showed up and everybody who watched, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Adieu.
Bye, everybody.